but bipolar right now. There's too many chats going on.
I think if you pop over there and just make a special appearance, it'd be a kind act.
I agree. I concur.
Opinion, I request that when you show up, you open with greetings, peasants.
Why am I getting commercials for Twitch? Oh, any office? That was your camera button, and you don't appear dressed. You might not want to hit that one again, bro. Nice tits, though.
Oh my gosh, I wish that were the case.
I'm just kidding. We didn't see anything. It was just a blur and a thumb. You got it quick. Oh, he's so good looking. Man, I wish I could turn my camera on and be that good looking. Oh, stunning.
That photo turned my camera on, if you get what I mean. Alright, I'm done.
I'm gonna need your copy of Battletoads to comply with that.
Stop trying to take my Battletoads. What the hell?
Yeah, well, there's nothing to talk about today, so we might as well just talk about a game from the 90s.
I mean, on a serious note, for those listening, there will be your GameStop talk. Don't worry. There's just apparently a second chat, and if that's where everyone is, then that's where everyone is.
I'll take potent potables for 1,000, Alex. Oh man, that 40th anniversary edition, I was cracking up through the whole thing, but then the last one was like not funny at all. At all, like I didn't laugh once. Opinions over there, and I'd like to thank all the people in the world for making Reddit so great. And I'd like to thank Stevie Wonder for driving me here and getting me here in one piece.
So, how's everybody doing this morning? Are we all excited for FOMC? There really isn't much to talk about until that comes out.
Oh yes, FGME, right? That's the important meeting today at Open.
That's right.
And then there's
On-
then there's FBBBY right after that meeting, which is going to be
and then
really
there's
great.
the F me and my stocks right after that. Exactly.
This is also true, but hopefully we rally all the way up into the meeting, and then we can have some downsies.
We'll see about that. Typically, this meeting has was a blip. And I
Yeah,
think
so I heard of this new company. I checked out their balance sheet last night. It's called Bank of GMC. They have about GME. I'm sorry, they have about 1.4 trillion in cash, more than most banks. Oh, it's billion. Sorry,
Oh, they could go ahead and buy SVB.
maybe they already did.
That'd be something.
What time is the news supposed to drop from the FOMC meeting? I know they meet at 1, but is it generally like 2 o'clock?
I want to say it's after hours, after market close.
Tomorrow-
Oh, it's during market hours. I don't know. What do I know?
What's up, Mr. Zombie? Tell your wife yet?
I don't know whose house she's at, but if you could send her to air quotes home, that would be great.
So I don't know who was talking about FOMC earlier today, and performance of SPY on days of FOMC, but I've been tracking it for a year or so, so I can give you a little bit of insight. The last FOMC we went red on the day of was in December, and that was a small red day. But before that, in October, pardon me, in September, we had a massive red day on FOMC day, the day the notes are released and the presser is.
let me ask you, because you probably know this better than me. I've just kept a general track of it. What percentage so in the last, say, 20 sessions, what percentage have been green for the market and which have been red?
All right, I think it's actually closer to like 70. The day of is about 70% are green.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, I haven't looked at it in detail, and I could probably look it up in the next 5 minutes or so. They usually, does that mean that the trend has been up the entire time? No. It usually, like FOMC, from what I can just eyeball right now, it's either meant sideways or it's meant down post FOMC meetings, except for in I think it was like the one in May. The one in May, we had like 3 solid days where we went from like 39.20 to 41.53 in 3 days, 3 trading sessions. And then we went sideways and then we puked. So yeah, FOMC is kind of a dicey thing, but if you're gonna play it, I mean, it makes sense too. There's a lot of event volatility associated with today.
What if
Right.
we pause or subtract a point?
Dude, I don't think, first of all, pause is possible. Nobody's cutting. I mean,
what's your
if you-
guys' play on GME for today?
ignore it like every day. That's my plan.
What about you, Mr. Zombie? I know we were talking about it yesterday. Like, what do you think your play on it? Oh, I think he has his headphones off.
He's probably winking it to lost porn right now. Just let him be.
But we did rally the last couple of days, and what did AI Jerome Powell say was going to happen if we rallied Monday and Tuesday?
I like GME. I like to talk about it too after we're done with this macro stuff. Goldman Sachs is pretty confident that J Powell is going to stop raising rates at least this month because of the bank failures. J Powell has warned in the past that he wants to break something in the market, and looks like he's done it. So I think that there's a little bit of truth to what Goldman Sachs is saying.
I thought the
So
bank failures
big traders.
were so explain to me because I may not have as much knowledge on this, but I thought the bank failures were more of a public opinion thing, right? Because they failed because somebody said something like, "Oh no, we need to raise more money for this bank," and that's how SVB failed. Is they were doing offerings and people found out that they were insolvent.
I
No,
mean,
that's it. Sorry, go ahead.
it's because of free money for so long, and just being irresponsible, and as the rates raised so quickly, just being irresponsible is what I have seen as an explanation.
So, my understanding, although it might be imperfect, is this that the reason why SVB failed is primarily because of sentiment, as you had mentioned. Um, Sentiment turned against it. Peter Thiel pulled out all of his money and then tweeted about it. And so that just caused a bank run, and it collapsed because of a bank run. Silvergate was a crypto thing. It's completely unrelated to what happened to Silicon Valley Bank. There's the problem what these banks are having in from a 30,000-foot view is that they bought really cheap bonds when rates were low, and they're now operating at a loss on these bonds as rates have increased. They just, as Mr. Spoiler just mentioned, they mismanaged how they were going to manage. They mismanaged their risk, and so that's how. And there's a lot of banks that are in the same boat as them. So what the Fed's basically saying is that we'll loan you out some money as some cash so that you can go ahead and buy longer dated treasuries from us. That's what they need to do, right? That's what the Fed needs to do. It needs to raise the back end of the yield curve. And then, they can start cutting rates and it'll come down like, it'll come down well. And the yield curve wouldn't be in backwardation like it is right now.
There's
So,
also sorry, go on.
from the macro perspective and the way the Fed can do this, and this is what people are not, where I think a lot of people are not connecting the dots, is by offering cheaper access to the dollar. They can make U.S. Treasuries a little bit more attractive and so that's what they did. They opened up a daily swap line for other central banks to get access to the dollar. It weakens the dollar a little bit, right? That although it has like inflationary issues associated with it, but it kind of like makes the banks breathe a little bit easy. And as was said earlier, that pause is on the cards. That might have been one of the conditions that Jerome Powell and the Fed offered to the banks, or what the banks wanted from the Fed was that, hey, no more rate increases while we figure this out. And incidentally, the backstops and the swaps are all supposed to technically expire the day of the next FOMC. So it's only for 6 weeks. That's what's really interesting about all of this. So it's just something I've been thinking about. But this is a clown market. You can't make decisions. You can't swing with high degree of certainty in anything. What I've been focusing on is either buying shares of things and playing intraday options to make money. So that's my 2 cents.
I'd have to say I disagree because I just see a lot of banks that have been managing their a lot more efficiently than SVB, right? They're not in junk bonds and things like that. So what I see happening is one of two things. If the Fed actually says, we're going to start insuring people and that to calm them down, we're going to start insuring people past 250. I see that as very positive in the short term, but very negative in the long term, because you're going to have banks that are making very poor decisions because they're insured, right? They don't have to worry about their deposits or the depositors' deposits. And then I think that if they don't, it is going to be a little bit negative in the short run. Hopefully, it doesn't cause any more bank runs, or it's going to be, and if they don't and do this FIDC insurance and sanction on people's deposits, it's going to be positive in the long run because banks will be a little bit more accountable, in my mind.
It's just so crazy because like the day after Silicon, because I live in Irvine, so like the day after Silicon Valley closed, there was freaking lines out the door of like Wells Fargo, Bank of America. People were like withdrawing all their funds out of their bank accounts, and I think that's what if we have like a collapse or whatever. I think that's what's gonna be like the hype of people just withdrawing all their money out.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think that it's going to happen though, because the majority of Americans really couldn't care less what happened to SVB.
Yeah, I have to say I'm in the I didn't care bank because I know my small local bank probably not going to do as risky stuff as SVB. So I'm just like, oh, cool, bank failed.
So, there's you guys have a play in your coherent babbling?
Yeah. Oh
Is
yeah,
there a play?
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm long JPM, I'm long Bancorp. I've got calls on both of them.
All I
President's
heard was
informed.
buy GME. That's all I heard. That was strange. Did you guys hear
Yeah,
that?
I
All I
guess you
heard
could
was
buy that one
buy
too.
GME and buy.
Sub spoiler, you
Okay,
had some DD on
calm
it.
down.
Give us some DD.
Let them get this out of their system. I think that buying big banks is a good move, though. If you look at UBS buying out the assets of Credit Suisse, they bought it at a 70% discount. This is what happened in 2008. 500 bank failures. All the big guys absorbed them and swallowed them up. So J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs. What else?
Well, if you look at Bank of the West, which is out here in the Orange County area, I think they just bought out BMO or some shit, and they merged together.
I mean, you could just get exposure to XLF too at that point.
I'm gonna turn my camera on and expose myself to you if you guys don't have a ticker and a play a half hour before market open. You can't just sit here and babble about nothing. You have to have a play. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna talk about the memes, but you at least have to have a ticker or a SPY position or something, or like go down in the audience. You have to have something to say. We don't want to listen to you babble about nothing. What is your play? Seriously. You can
That's also
kick me
my
down to
play.
the audience. I don't give a shit, but you're gonna talk about a play.
Somebody's got GME fever.
Dude, I'm already getting paid, bro. Don't worry about my plays. Worry about if you're gonna talk and have a play in the morning for everybody to talk about, not just incoherent psychobabble.
That's what my GME.
You're getting
buy
lost in a maze of
Psychobabble?
circle logic with no exit
Whoa,
and no door.
whoa. Hold up. Psychobabble. We're talking about FIDC deposits. We're talking about public sentiment with
It's
banks.
a bunch of
These are
a bunch of
very
talk. Where's the
pertinent
play?
when it comes
Where's
to
the play?
banks. I told
You're
you
filling
the
up
plays.
space, bro. What's the
I
play?
told
We're here
you.
to make
I
This
told
is
you
Wall Street
for.
Bets. This isn't value investing. What's the play, man? I'm dead serious. What's the play, bro?
Well, come up with an original thought. Tell me something else to pump and dump apart from GME.
Activision, homie. 82C. What you got for August? What you got? That's a play. You got come up with a play. That's all I'm saying. Don't be rude. Don't be rude to me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'll tell you what I bought yesterday and what I'm in right now. I have 31 and 32 Cs for XLF for 331. I have a whole boatload of them. That's a play. Related to what we were just talking about too, and not GME.
You don't think XLF is going to suffer in the short term?
It doesn't matter. It's gonna get, and if anything happens to the banks within a couple of days, it's gonna get bailed out.
I think the watch list for these are, I guess this is what I have on my watch list for today. It's gonna be AMC, BBY, VORB, phased, and TBLT. That's what I'm watching today.
What about NYCB?
My play right now on SPY, I've got a Iron Condor essentially around 398, and I'm selling before 1 p.m.
I think betting on banks getting bailed out is a pretty long shot.
I can piss off the GME fanboy. I sold my GME shares and used it to buy Nintendo.
Also, another one is Roblox. I believe right now it's above. I mean, if it goes above 46.26, and it should probably be seeing 52-ish levels in the next couple weeks.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Jamie now. So UBS bought over Credit Suisse, who had a huge swap position in GME, which held about 217 million short positions, or at least it's being used to hide 217 million short positions from the reg show books, from what I understand. When that happened, they had a conference, and I watched it, and the head of UBS was talking about how they didn't want to buy Credit Suisse. They were basically forced to by the Swiss National Bank. The Swiss National Bank gave them $100 billion line of credit in order to take over Credit Suisse, even though they got Credit Suisse at 70% of a discount, right? So even 70% off, they still didn't want to buy Credit Suisse, but they just capitulated and did. So the guy's talking, right, and he's talking in Dutch or whatever, and he mentions that there's a huge risky position that was inherited by Credit Suisse from Archegos, which we all know what he's talking about. We all know he's talking about 217 million short shares of GME. And he's saying how, and he said that they got money from the Swiss National Bank to unwind them and unroll them. So he's talking about the credits. So he's talking about these equity swaps of GameStop. So that's 217 million shares that need to be closed out. They're using the Swiss National Bank to fund buying back these amount of shares. And the Swiss National Bank has gotten money from our own government Fed in order to do it. So pretty. Oh yeah, sorry. We know that Credit Suisse took over Archegos's. We know that Credit Suisse took over Archegos's portfolio, and we know that Credit Suisse has these swaps from the Bloomberg terminal, and we know that they're talking about. And we know that they're talking about certain swaps, and we know that they're talking about it from Credit Suisse, and we know that they are talking about swaps that have been held for over a year, and that
He's asking. He's
and these
asking, how do we know that Archipelagos is the one that actually had the GME shorts?
Well, Well, Archegos was using swaps in order to over leverage themselves. This is like the baby tiger MO. But it doesn't really it doesn't really matter if they did or not. We know that Credit Suisse had an enormous amount of swap positions, and we also know that Credit Suisse bought or took over Archegos's positions. So with those two pieces of information, that's how I'm concluding that it was Archegos, and it probably was a whole bunch of other people. It was probably a whole bunch of people doing all this stuff. And then after Melvin Capital unwound, they sold them over to Archegos, and Archegos had too much, collapsed. Credit Suisse took them over, but it doesn't matter. Credit Suisse has them, right? Or at least has the majority of them. And now UBS has them, and the head of UBS is out here saying that there's a certain position that does not align with UBS's philosophy of trading, and that they've taken out or they've been given money by the Swiss National Bank to close them out. And he doesn't say it directly, but it's pretty obvious what he's talking about.
Do you think that could be possibly GameStop or GME?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. There's only one. There's only one extremely idiosyncratic risk swap that was inherited, and then to the tune of 217 million shares by UBS from Credit Suisse, and those swaps are expiring this week, next week, and the following week, like the majority of them. So
No,
we're gonna
I mean,
see-
it does make sense. I mean, it definitely makes sense for sure. I think another possible good play is AMC. I mean, they're at 473 right now, but I think they're going to be moving in a positive direction today.
Where's Corn Guy? I miss Corn Guy.
I can be your con guy.
What's your guys' take on AMC? You guys think that
nothing. AMC sucks, but I just wanted to end and just say that like everybody wants to
AMC
talk
has
about.
a reverse split coming.
Oh my god! I just wanted to say that everybody wants to talk about GME making profit, and that's great. But there's another thing here that's underlying a secondary market mechanic that needs to be explored. Thank you. That's all.
I feel like a lot of things are going to get flooded today, so it'll be a good day for a lot of people.
The market is pricing in the current at the money straddle for SPX at $58. That's really, really expensive for today's volatility. And I think that's if somebody wants to theta gang this, sell a straddle, you'd probably end up making some money. The other thing is that because there's a lot of event volatility associated with today, if we get a drop in the middle of the day, there are high chances if it starts reversing, it's going to be a face ripper. So I'm probably going to save some money to probably buy the dip at around between 2 and 230.
Yeah, for sure. I think that if it does get pretty bad, I think it's gonna get like really, really bad. So
Really bad, so bad, because you didn't get GameStop calls before close, like I told you. Simple, we love you, man. We're sorry for all the hate you caught, bro. Someone has to take the other side of the apes, man. I want a big shout out to. I know you like it, but I'm giving you the shout out anyways. I appreciate you taking the complete other side on this, regardless, man. Big ups, bro.
Somebody needs to start the combo. But Opinion Hard is doing the Reddit talk on our sub and you guys are talking here like we have a split audience. There's 800 people there and around 400 people here. I think you can't talk. He's streaming.
He's in the other. It's just the last chat, right? So we're just kind of. I don't know how 900 people have found that last chat when the "What's Happened Now" button is gone.
Yes.
So it's there. It shows you how hungry for information that everybody is. That they sought out a chat that you can't even click into, which is why I'm trying to. I don't want to be rude. You just guys got to have plays in the morning, and then after market open, you could talk about. You know what I'm saying? You could like go off of the tinfoil land. I'm just saying, yeah, just more plays, right? So just looking out for you guys, right? Because you guys are in here to try and gain an advantage on the market and or sway your opinion, right? And if we're just talking about non-plays like I am right now, so Tals,
Here's the thing.
January 2025, 0.50 C is my position in this morning.
Yeah,
So
I think, I mean, I think my take on BBY, like we were talking about it yesterday, I think it's definitely a good time to
yeah, we'll talk about your position then. Like, what do you think you want to do? Like, if
No,
you missed
I
out
don't have
on games, like if you missed out on this one, and
no,
now
I don't have like a position on Tell, but I guess like talking about it yesterday, it really does make me want to open up a position.
I mean, let's hear about the who's going to open puts on GameStop at open thinking that it's just going to drop back down. I mean, we can hear both sides. I don't mind hearing both sides of the argument just as
Dude,
long
the
as
IV will
Max
be
Payne
brutal.
Max Payne is around
I
21
I
bucks.
can't open the position because I already have one according to Reddit and all the mods. And I mean I don't have a short position, but joking.
yeah, I don't think you play other smart stuff in equities. In my opinion, I don't think that you would play stuff like this, but at least you
Yeah.
took the other
Okay.
side of the
So
play, right?
Simple Vice, how is your Wingstop in meta?
Wingstop, I don't even know what that is. Oh, Wingstop. No, I never invested in Wingstop. That was just an idea out there. Meta is fine. Still down like 10%, which is a lot of money, but I'm completely fine with it. I know it's hard to comprehend that shit, but yeah, I keep averaging down, and I plan to have a substantial position in 2 to 3 years. I am actually looking forward if we can go back to 90s. That would be even better because I didn't use the dip because I'm buying the place. I just put money down for a place, so I needed the money. So yeah, I hope it goes down to 90, but I don't think it is.
Aren't
You
you
guys-
afraid about them? Oh, go on technical. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, do you guys think? I know you guys don't really want to talk about GME, but do you guys think it's gonna drop at open?
Let me ask Simple Vice before we go on with that. Simple Vice, aren't you afraid that with the whole flattening of the command structure, right? They're taking out all these middle managers. That this is a massive mistake on Meta's part. Honestly, I had a position, but when I heard they were doing that, I was like, nah, I'm getting out of here.
It came some research company, I forgot what it was. They published a paper recently. The 90% of the world most used app in the country is WhatsApp.
I think Meta's about to buy somebody. I'm not really sure who they're gonna buy, but I like your Meta play, especially with TikTok for sure. Probably gonna get banned here before summer, and so everyone's gonna have to run back to the Zuck, right?
Yeah, but I don't want it to happen. Like I want it to drop even more.
Oh,
I know
nice.
it's a hard concept. Yeah, I know it's a hard concept to grab, but like, uh, once you have like 5-10 years experience in the space, you will understand what Warren Buffett said when he said like that the stock might go down, might go up, but in the long term, it will go up. The place that he values, right?
Yeah, and I like
it
that.
It is like that for me. Like I don't need the money. I really don't. Like I don't need that money, and I am putting that money into the company that I believe in, and I sleep soundly.
But you're dollar cost averaging into it,
Yeah.
And what you're trying to do
Yeah.
is average down. So yeah, I hold shares too. So I completely understand. It's a different concept versus options, which quick in and outs. But I appreciate that. And yeah, build up your position for companies you believe in. Go ahead.
But how long are you building that position? Because I remember Simple Vice, you've been bullish on Meta for like a year. Like,
6 months.
yeah, but even
6 months.
still, isn't that enough time to build a sizable position? Seems like you're doing like one share per week or something.
What does a substantial position mean to you? That's also a question.
I don't know. I mean, you mentioned the phrase. I mean, for me, if I really like a stock and I see it down whatever 80% or whatever it was, I was looking at Meta. I don't even like the stock. I was looking at Meta at 90. I think I actually bought some and end up trading it. But I mean,
Oh
like,
yeah, but I said I didn't use the down. I just bought the company around 200 before it dropped down, and like I said, I didn't put the money in because I was buying a place. So right now I'm putting the money down.
So I've
dude,
got
I have
uncomfortable-
like 20, 30K down already in Meta. Like to average down, like I need a lot of money. Like this is not a child's play, with the
So
money.
let me ask you then, what percentage of your portfolio is Meta?
50.
50%.
50%.
Nice.
Yeah, which is a lot for my standards. Like, it really is a lot. I don't know. It's funny. Whoever it was, I'm driving, so I didn't see who it was. Who it was that said it? Like how long it was since I invested in Meta, and here we have apes that are invested in 3 years almost in GME, and that's completely fine with like 800K group of people, and people are clowning my 6-month investment in a company that produces more money than knows what to do with it.
Relax, dude. I wasn't clowning you. I was just asking like honest questions about like
No,
how long it takes you to build a
I
position,
wasn't.
my dude. So
No, listen.
don't get defensive, brother. I'm just asking you questions.
Little bro, this is not about you. You're not the only one asking that shit. There's a lot of people.
You're not the only one who's ripped on Simple for being in Meta. I ripped on him a lot about it.
I wasn't even really, I'm asking him like his thought process around building a position. Because like for me, like if I really like a
it's
company
all
like
fine.
he likes it, I'd be building it, probably over a 3-month period if I saw that the stock was down as much as it was. Like I like Google as much as he likes Meta, but it sounds like he's talking about averaging down, but he's basically back near his cost basis now. Seems like the opportunity to catch an easy double was
Do
a
you
few
guys
months
hear
ago.
that sound? Do you guys hear the sound? That's the sound of 369 people flailing their arms, going, "What's the play? What's the play?"
Yeah. We can move on.
here's the play, folks. Make sure
So
you
there's
log
a
into your.
Russia-China deal now.
Here's a PSA for
They're
everybody.
going to be
Make sure
selling
you.
China oil and natural gas, like I knew they would.
That other guy who interrupted Scald, shut up.
All right, thank you. So here's the deal. Make sure you log in to your Robinhood because it actually timed out all the users. So you'll have to re-enter your email and password. I don't know why. They just pushed out an update. So if you plan on trading degenerate stuff first thing in the morning, you better log in again.
They know something about FOMC that we don't. They've logged out all their users, guys.
Yeah, there's.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
pretty sure some shit's gonna happen with Robinhood again.
Buy GME.
I'm curious, does anybody else have like 50% of their portfolio in something that we haven't talked about?
Ooh, there's so many Palantirs.
Yes,
Marvel Wish.
I have more than 50% in SGov, but that's not a Wall Street Bets play.
Why?
I mentioned
Is
this
it a penny
yesterday.
stock?
I've got 50%
I'm just
of
collecting
my
coupon payments on SGov, dude. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, so it's not like a meme play. I gotcha.
No, it's short-term government bonds.
Nice. What's
And
the interest?
so I forget what the interest is, but it's treasury bonds from 0 to 3 month expiry. It's a basket of them, and the effective interest rate at the end of the year is about 5%, risk free.
Nice.
And not to interrupt, what's going on with Sophie Technologies?
Sophie, you mean SoFi?
SoFi?
Yeah, Sophie, my bad.
I think
Shit.
I haven't looked.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Oh, hi. Good morning, everyone. Simplewise, glad to
Is
see
this
that you are back on value investing.
is
I
his
remember
timeout
you
done? Is his timeout done?
say again.
Your timeout. You told
If you
someone to
guys aren't
fuck off
look, if you're not gonna have any plays, I'm bringing journalists up. You might as well take my powers away. Let him
I do
talk.
This
have,
is not
I do have,
journalist.
I
This
do
is
have
angry
to add,
investor.
We're here to entertain people, guys. 374 people are here to be entertained, not
No,
to
Rad.
listen to.
Hey,
Can we let him talk, please, so that
They
we
muted
can
him
move?
again. They muted him again. Look, okay,
Rad.
guys.
Put him on
Look,
Him again.
24-hour.
I
He's on
did.
a 24-hour
It was
timeout.
me.
No. Journalist, go ahead.
Go ahead, journalist. Love you, man. Oh, you got to unmute him again. Now he's modded. I can't undo it. No, go ahead. Go back. Go. I did it. I did it. Go.
hi, hi. Yeah, so just very quickly, I remember when Facebook basically, crashed in the market. It touched close to the 90s. You remember when Zuckerberg announced, all these billions he was going to spend and all these kind of things. I've been buying also and building up my position. I was like my portfolio. I think the percentage right now of Facebook is, let me quickly check, 19%. Okay. And I'm also I've always been bullish. The reason, and there was a proof that you should have read properly. When Zuckerberg very recently, he took a step back and he said, you know what, fuck the metaverse, fuck all these developers that I hired, fuck off. We are just reshaping our, business model to the AI and not that, jerking off on some glasses, okay, at your home. So basically that was very smart because that means that he still has this leadership. He doesn't care about the fucking market, what has to say. He, like this, very quickly, he changed the route based on the situation of the market. If you check the balance sheet and the income statement of Facebook, there is absolutely no fucking single company with those margins. No company out there, not even Google. Okay, Google is top second, and third is Microsoft, by the way, in terms of the metrics I manage to evaluate these companies. But where Facebook excels is in the buybacks. The fucking buybacks. Just ignore the share price. If Zuckerberg keeps with the buyback that he has promised, holy shit, the share price is at a discount right now. Okay, my price objective. Well, curious to see, Simplewise, given that you are now back to my field, which is value investing. What's your price target?
Sorry, journalist, I'm driving. Could you broke up for me?
Yeah, what's your price objective?
Objective? I mean, it depends in the short term and the long term. I think that I think the realistic price, if nothing changes, would be around 270.
Holy shit! You and I are fucking aligned. That's what my free cash flow model says. It's 265 in my case.
Yeah, I was gonna say 260, 270, but yeah.
And that's a fair price, by the way, guys. That's by the metrics of the tech, because right now it's discounted, remember. Facebook crashed because no one trusted Zuckerberg, okay? And then you had the TikTok threat, which is not a threat anymore, okay? So 260 would be coming back to the fair price. If you want to apply like proper metrics of tech industries with high growth, then it's above 320 in my scenarios.
That depends, though, if it continues to grow users, which there was some doubt about it, but yeah, they continue to do it.
Even if it can keep it at this level, okay, with a very little growth, okay, The margins that Facebook has, please check the balance sheets and income statement. There is absolutely no comparable. They are fucking literally printing money. Not even Google has this net margin capacity and free cash generation.
So many plays.
So the one thing that I would be hesitant on Facebook is that I'm worried about how much losses there still have not been realized with Meta. I mean, it's a desert. There's nobody there, so I would be very cautious
But
about like what.
Java, who gave you that information? I mean, this is really boring conversation for the rest of the people.
What are you talking
But
about, Java?
just check.
Amen.
What are you
Amen.
talking
Yeah, but
about,
just
Java?
check the stats. Just check the stats, daily users and everything. It's at an all-time high. That's your personal opinion.
Come on, chat. This is what you wanted, right? Come on,
Hey,
I'm
Java,
just giving you what you wanted.
Java? What are you talking about, Java? Come on, let me continue with today's recap. So current, let's move on because now market is very hot.
Journalist, what? Yeah, give us a ticker, journalist. Come on, like, yeah, keep it. Hey, ignore these people. Just hit the ticker and go. Come on, what's
ticker. The ticker,
and play.
Bank of England, FTSE 100. Have you seen the news?
FTSEE. What's the ticker?
That's a FTSE 100 index. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it because it's very relevant right now. If you have seen the news, well, probably you were sleeping. But
oh shit.
Here in the UK, we have printed an inflation rate above 4%. Unexpected inflation rate. Everyone is shocked here in Europe. Central banks, the European one, is already saying, hey, inflation is too high. They are signaling to the Fed that be careful with what you. Shut the fuck up, Luz.
Zombie.
Hey,
shut the fuck up.
Let him finish. Let him
Hey, journalist, I can send you some money.
Nice.
Do you want me to send you some money? You sound poor. You sound very poor.
Hello, Lewis. 8 minutes till open. Love you, bro.
Hey, journalist, what's
hey,
the
where's
ticker?
Copper?
He's down in the audience. Pull him up. Hey, you don't have to talk over everybody.
Listen, Luz, you have been avoiding me all these days, hiding behind the mods and the
Oh my God, you're not that important.
Face me now. Come
care.
on, fucking face me. What do you have to
face
say?
you?
You fucking piece
You're
of
such
shit.
a cuck.
Chat says they can hear the government cheese in your mouth.
This is
What are you
Gladiator.
talking
Say
about?
some.
Are
Wait,
you
is he
entertained?
This is Discord, and the man wants to fight me in Discord. Oh, fuck, face him. Yeah. Oh my God.
Where's Copper? Where's Copper? I know it hasn't been 24
Hey,
hours.
can I just make a reminder that isn't like one of the rules to like not diss the society, and angry investor or journalist or whatever the hell he wants to call himself is just a little too much on the edge. I mean, like, I'm asking legitimate questions, and the same thing.
Very good question, and you should take that up with
much
the
on the edge of
guy
what?
that keeps bringing him back.
No, too much on the edge of what? You should
On
see
the
the
edge of what?
views.
Shut the fuck up, Simple.
Listen, he's edging.
I don't mind a little bit of we all make like small fun jabs at each other, but I mean, this guy is getting like disrespectful upon anybody that has any sort of disagreements with him.
Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you my DMs. You don't know what disrespect is. I thought I was getting hate when I was losing money on these plays, but now that I've made money, holy shit, you guys suck. I'm like, what the fuck?
Be
I
less
actually made a
pompous.
play.
Hey.
You know what?
Be less pompous. Maybe.
I try, but
Java. Let me
this
say
is
something.
very toxic, man.
Okay, look.
Yes.
How
There's
the
some
fuck
plays
do I
in the
mute
morning.
everybody here?
Guys, let's simple talk.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, Java. If you think this is the what was it? Yeah, it was yesterday, right? On the GME talk. Then you will see toxic. This is nothing. This is a child's play.
No, I was Simple. Come on, like stop trying to one up. Journalist is a pretty big fucking retard. He's pretty toxic. I think everybody agrees here. I don't think that's a question here.
I'm gonna slap that government cheese out of your mouth for saying that to me, Lewis.
Government
Yeah,
cheese.
I mean, Jesus, I just brought up like counterpoints. I wasn't like completely denying all of his perspective. I was just saying that login numbers can be bought from login farms. That's a very easy thing to do. And I mean, if you look,
But
But something
Java,
I
you really
think
don't have to explain yourself. Simple as being a chaos bringer. Okay, Java, you're good, man. You don't have to like fucking yes.
Yeah.
Journalist is a pain in the ass. You keep bringing him up. That's fine. Do y'all enjoy it? I mean, he's a
Yes.
fucking retard.
Oh.
So like, if you enjoy it, whatever.
Hey, I actually
Yeah.
got the
Hearing
reaction I
out
wanted.
some of
I
the
know
things
that.
that
5
he
minutes.
says, but I mean, like it's like he needs to drastically tone it down and allow other people to talk with him,
I'm gonna
not
try
just
and
mandate for 15
Mercado
minutes.
Libre puts
I-
at open. I'm
I
done
guess
with this
let's keep this
conversation.
for
Let's
today.
go,
Let's just
please.
close down
We have 4
our
minutes to open, guys.
GME
Four
calls.
I think
Come
some people
on,
just
Also,
get
I
really
shut
passionate.
shut it down.
I just want to clarify
Okay,
one other
everybody's
thing.
muted.
When oh,
Go ahead, Scout. Go ahead. I don't know what's
I
going
just
on.
I was just going to clarify one
The
other
voice of
thing.
reason.
When you see people in the chat saying things like "bring this person up" or "bring that person up," it could be because they have an
Well,
actual
okay then.
insight. It could
GME buy
also
rights
be
might be on the
because
table
they're
here.
just
Getting
what? What? Anyway,
You're
it
good,
could
Scout.
also be
You're
just
good.
because they're a shit stirrer and the chat wants to see some drama. So don't always listen to the chat. They don't always have like the best ideas. That's why they're in the chat, not up here on
Yeah,
stage.
I just figured it was his buddy sitting in next to him in whatever office he has.
Okay, Java.
Don't
You
feed
think
the
he has an
trolls.
office? What the fuck?
Yeah.
He has an
so Java,
office, and I'm gonna fill it later. Can we get some plays?
Listen. Whoever brought him up, Simple, was it you? Was it Opinion? Like only the host can bring
No,
him
I'm
up.
fucking driving.
Zombie
did.
Okay.
No, I'm
Thought it would
driving.
be
No, it was
Zombie.
not me.
Christ. Listen.
Dude, don't
If you're
lie.
gonna bring
Everyone's
him up,
washing their hands real fast to that.
if you're gonna bring up Chief Retard, be prepared to cage him. That's all. That's all. And then people are gonna lose their minds, and they're gonna ask the same questions they ask every fucking day. It's funny until everyone's wondering why the fuck you let him on. Do you understand? Like that's when you have to cut it off. It's you got to manage the entertainment. All right. With journalists, it's about like 10 seconds, and then he's done. You know what I mean? So like, just manage it. That's it.
I
Yo,
have a
you got
suggestion
7
on the
seconds more
caging
tolerance than
of
I do.
Mr. Journalist. I have a suggestion for the caging of Mr. Journalist. Let's just let him out at certain points. Say somebody doesn't have a play, we just let him loose on that person for 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like we keep him muted until then.
There's nothing wrong with compassion.
Cover the person in government cheese, and then let them loose.
There's not gonna be any more plays today. This is a GME chaos now, and it is what it is today.
What's the journalist's name?
Don't worry about it, man. You'll know in time.
January 2025 0.50C for the towels, guys. If you want to get in on something besides this nonsense, that's the play for me.
Zombie, I've been dying to know what, like, I am invested in BBBY because I'm a bag holder. I'll admit that, but I just never
Bag
sold
holder
because I'm
alert.
stubborn. But what is the actual play? Like, I've just given up following it personally because I just genuinely, like, I'm all for retail. Like, I've
All
worked
right,
in
let me
retail for a long
sell my
time, and
GME contracts for like 10-20 grand a piece, and then I'll be right back to kick my DD on the towels, okay? But I can't mess up this sale right now. I need this money, so I'll be right back.
Man. Hey,
I'm
I respect that.
214,000% currently when towels open, so hey, get wrecked, peasants.
I've been buying the dip. Don't call me a peasant. I
Wait.
definitely have made a bunch of
Hang on.
money.
Hang on. Are we talking about?
peasants.
Are we talking about Bed Bath and Beyond? Is that really what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Oh fucking Christ!
He needs.
That's why I was genuinely
We go from journalists to fucking Bed Bath and Beyond.
Dude, Loose, GME did a giant run. We're going to hear every single meme spoken about because people are going to be like,
Yeah,
I need to
it's
find
chaos,
extra.
man.
All right, I have
Yeah,
one. I have
got
one.
calls on Enron today, guys. So
No,
Today is
Blackberry.
chaos.
We're calling that a giant run? What the heck?
Simple gets it. It's going to be the squeeze.
Like I said, I'm just warning you guys. If you guys are gonna fucking invest in right at open, don't be crying later if you're holding the bag up there.
What?
Are you seriously telling
hold
that
a bag
shit?
over your
People
mom.
post
Oh my God.
memes about holding. What the fuck is going on here?
Do I
Who did this?
right now?
Simple, was this you?
going
Who
on?
started all this fucking
No,
chaos?
no. It wasn't me.
You were
Trust
typically
me.
the bringer of chaos, and Opinion
Yes,
is the
I
bringer
am.
of just plain shit. So somebody did this.
Someone juiced up the coffee.
I have never
I don't
known
know.
Simple to bring chaos.
I'm
the-
driving for the 100th time. It wasn't me.
Oh, you have two fucking hands. You don't
I
even
got
drive
your
that
back.
well, getting all those car crashes.
I mean, let's be fair. Driving in, where are you? Simple.
Wow.
You're in like Romania,
muting
right?
people.
Yeah, accidents are daily.
All right, market's
Yeah,
open.
Market's open.
Market's open.
Oh, there's a market.
Ding, ding, ding,
There's
ding.
market news. I couldn't tell. We were talking to journalists and talking about towels.
True.
And it's dropped to 0. It's over now, guys.
Mambla, you were yesterday on the Superstonk talk. I was
Yeah,
very close. I was very close to jumping in. I don't know if they would receive me, but I wanted to jump in.
They would have definitely received you very, very, very well. They would have received you, yeah.
Feel that's a little
Maybe next time.
They're still waiting for those DRS numbers.
I'm putting a position in Ellie 26.
Yeah, I'm also waiting for the DRS things. Very curious though. I'm out,
Hey man,
boys.
fuck it. I just closed out my
Cause chaos in the
3
lead, huh?
GME
Yeah,
calls
look at 'em
contract.
go. Someone did this. Someone knows.
Okay, hold on. One at a time, guys. Someone said they closed out their GME calls. What did you do on that? How did you do? Is that Freddie?
Yeah,
Hey, kid.
that's me, man. Like right now
Oh, what the hell?
with the way the market
Somebody
is set up.
speaking from underwater.
I don't want to take up any chances, man. So I just closed them out for $7 each, and I bought them at 60 cents each. So yeah,
Double
that's like
on 80.
300%. What was that?
I said double whopper time after I said don't talk over anyone. Sorry.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah. I guess to reiterate what I just said, I just sold my position for like 400%. Yeah, I'm not taking any chances with Mr. Powell speaking later on. So fuck it. If he shoots higher, hey, a win is a win, right?
You said you bought for 60 cents and sold for $7, right?
I
So wouldn't
bought
that-
them. Give me a second. Let me not be a retarded right now. I bought them each for $1.30, and I just sold them for $7. What is this thing?
We know you made money.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so like
yeah.
like
there
a
you-
4-bagger.
You know,
Very
I
good.
I made money. There you go.
Congrats. A riveting tale.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I
This-
sold them for $7 each. So it's pretty good.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. All right.
I genuinely love it when I hear people say that they're making money here.
Yeah, Miss Journalist.
Some guy yesterday was like, "I'm making so much money today." He's making like $800. I mean, hey, that's good money, but like he was really, really hyped. He was like, "I've made the most money I've ever made in my life." Like,
Oh shit.
Damn, he
that's-
retired.
Yeah, we're proud. Like, ah, man, guy, he's on small street bets.
Yeah, my GME put is already 13%. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You got
Yeah,
some balls
I
on
cashed
you,
out
man.
my I
I
cashed
know,
out
right?
my ENPH calls yesterday, so I was happy with that. I'm watching that again, especially with Daddy Pow talking. I'm expecting that to drop. Depending on how far that drops, I may buy back in.
That
Yeah,
is
we
a
got
fun
Pow Pow.
stock to trade. Super fun stock.
They had a price increase, didn't they?
Yeah, my spy is
Yeah, by actually a really high. James, I can't remember the analyst, but yeah.
Yeah, 275, I think.
Whoever's mic's open, your mic's open. I think it's you, Freddie. It's kind of windy. Thanks.
My bad.
Yeah, they're good. The audio's so good here; it's very sensitive. So everyone, just make sure you self mute or Loose will put the hammer on you.
Somebody media calls.
Try not to bring the hammer down.
265.
Get mad.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's another one I'm watching is NVIDIA, but I'm on the opposite end of that stick. So I'm looking to see how far it's gonna run, and then when it starts to run out of steam, I think I'm gonna buy some more puts.
I'm selling strangles on NVIDIA, kind of following the price up. I've rolled twice now. Oh, Chaos Bringer's back. Hey, is anyone selling covered call, specifically covered call spreads on GameStop?
I'm about to put up.
I saw my calls yesterday.
All right.
Hey Java, what's your strike and expiration on those NVIDIA puts?
I think I was looking at. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you. I got to go over my other screen. I'm on my phone right now because I'm actually getting ready to leave for a wedding today.
Congratulations. Oh wait, you're probably attending the wedding.
Yeah, I am. I'm in the party, so I got a rehearsal today, and then the wedding's actually tomorrow.
Will you dance
Actually,
like
I think
a
somebody
clown?
here's from Tampa, aren't they? I'm actually going down to Tampa for the wedding.
Yeah, I'm from Tampa.
I think zombies near there.
So Java, just make sure when you're at the wedding, let the bridesmaids know that you're a pretty big deal trader on WallStreetBets. That should probably bag you a girl or two.
And pull out your
My
cock.
wife would have a huge problem with that.
Be
Let
like,
your wife
how
know
do I
you're a
get
big
girls
deal
red?
trader. Tell your wife you're a big deal trader on WallStreetBets. That'll probably bag you a wife or two.
All of the wives. That would be amazing.
you can say journalists told me personally to fuck off. So
Yeah,
hot.
isn't it that like that you're more popular the more people that hate you? So bring on the hate.
Fact.
On
Oh yeah,
journalist says I stole his
motherfuckers!
DD. Dude, you
Look
talked
at
about
NVIDIA.
gold and Timberlands. What are you talking about? Huh.
Luce, if you're going to talk directly
Cute
to
guy.
him, I'm going to be tempted to bring him up here to speak.
He's really cute. Keon, what is he talking about?
Bring them up.
I don't give a shit about Keon. Nah, it's okay. No, wait, bring him up. Fuck that. You guys want that again? Seriously?
No, I like controlled chaos. Right. This is good. This is good speed.
Someone would have to 1v1 him though. It's the only way it works.
Wait, where's Copper? Copper's supposed to have a debate.
Bruce, I got a message that you're bullying females. Is that true?
What?
You're bullying.
What the fuck? Can somebody translate?
You're bullying
Journalists.
women, Luce. You're bullying women, and we're not going to stand for it. Journalists told us.
Oh, I'm bullying women.
Yes.
Is that what they call it?
No, I think
It's just that you cut off very rudely. He doesn't do this to men.
Oh yeah, never.
He's going to. I also think we should have 2 or 3 female with mod roles as well.
Very sexist. I hate all women. Yeah.
I
it's true.
identify as a woman, so.
So do I, and I hate myself.
Oh, so you're the first woman mod. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm gonna be ballsy. So I sold covered call spreads on GameStop, but I'm cashing out the long calls because cover your ears, super stonkers. I'm slightly bearish at this price.
Spoken like a true Citadel hedgy trying to cause paper hands to give up.
True Citadel hedgy who makes money.
Strike price on those NVIDIA puts, by the way, was 250 and June 16th.
Nice, thanks.
Hey, when do you leave, by the way?
In just an hour or two, I should be down there. I'm gonna go to Mazzaro's for lunch before the rehearsal, so I should be at Mazzaro's around 12.
So, if you want to go.
Careful putting that out there. Journalist is going to be waiting there with a bike chain.
No, with a fucking DD on gold.
Yo, you guys are in my hood, man. Mazzaro's is right down the street from me.
He's going to have a little binder with information and hand it out to people.
That'd be awesome. I know, right?
He's gonna be holding up a copy of Financial Times, like waving it in the air, but it's like a year old.
What the fuck time you piss me off?
To find the ape in the cigar. That's my only lead.
He's gonna kill you with a brick of fucking gold.
He could just kill you with sheer anger. I don't know if he.
It's
I mean,
okay.
in my experience, people who threaten others online aren't an actual threat. That's why I laugh.
He'll show up 5 days late because he booked his flight on Ryanair, so don't worry about it.
oh, deep.
Yeah, no, I agree. The people that threaten those online, you automatically discredit anything that you were saying before that the people were actually listening to.
Personally, I wish we brought back the rules of the hood, where if you talk shit, you just got your ass beat, or you're just like bigger than everyone else, and you could do whatever you want. I like that.
Simple, he's trying to DM you.
Yeah. And no, I agree with you. Yeah, you kick a few people's asses, and everyone just left you alone. Yeah.
Yeah, just everybody just kind of beats each other's asses when they talk shit. What a great world.
Yeah, but now everyone pulls guns and shit for
a law of conquest, and it only
What
worked
about
for a
the
while.
world where you harass humans, Luz?
Simple. You like speaking in Croatian. You're cutting out like every other word.
Motherfucker. I'm in this Croatian village next to the sea. I said, what about the world where you target and harass females online?
I mean, it's a mutual harassing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yesterday was lit.
So while
Wait a second,
Luce
that
is-
still happens?
At least I think it is.
So while Luce is harassing females, we should also point out, big shout out to Scald for following his fiduciary obligations. Was also pointed out by journalists, so we need to go the positive side too. Thank you,
Where is
Scald, for
Scald?
being fiduciary on the Discord.
Gold probably left because he couldn't handle this shit anymore.
No, I think there's a Reddit talk going on right now with Hardy.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
is
not
there?
gonna let it close ever.
Yeah, he was happy to find it, the button.
Yeah, I
Oh.
actually started there, and I realized what was going on, and I was like, oh, this is still going? And then I clicked over to Discord, and there was like 300 people there. I was like, okay, I'm going to pop over here.
I can't handle that elevator music. It makes me anxious.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of miss it.
Like
so GME is going
I like
down,
Discord.
or- The stock is going down. Where are we in?
Yes, because I'm Citadel Hedgy, and when I sold my long calls, I pressed the big red button to make the price go down.
Oh, listen. So I was at the Super Strong talk yesterday, and I was listening, and of course somebody mentioned in the comments Opinion and Daniel Wong and Citadel, whatever. And like, I can't. I just can't.
Danny. Hey, Danny.
Yeah, like I can't.
Hey, am I actually Huang to them? Is that what it is?
It was fun. I think we all need to step into the limelight to see, so people can actually see who they're talking about.
A quick story. Negative Road reminded me. He wanted me to share a while back. Quick story. When I was in the military, this guy named Murphy's big black dude, funny guy, and he had a couple kids, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm like 20 years old, hanging out with the other dudes, a bunch of military dudes all playing Call of Duty, right? And Murphy's like, we're talking about playing, and we're talking about these guys that are cheating, and Murphy's like, what people cheat? Like, yeah, this is what they do. They like camp or whatever, and then they shoot each other and kill each other over and over again to level up. He says, what is that called? Do you call it something? We're like, yeah, we call it boosting. And Murphy says, I think my son does that. And we're like, what? And we're like, dude, you gotta fix that shit. And his son's like, 7, 8 years old, something like that. And he goes home and he walks to his son's room. He's playing Call of Duty. He like, the door's closed. He slams the door open, like kicks it open. And he's like, son, you boosting? His son just turns around. He's like, Daddy, how you know what that is? Like you caught him doing drugs or jacking off. Funny because he's black.
But when's the funny part?
I didn't understand.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding, Luce. I really
I,
enjoyed
I
that.
literally
It
just
doesn't have to be funny. It really doesn't.
I literally just ended up buying the stock at opening called Box. I'm already up like $5 grand, and I just sold.
Technical. That's the easiest way to get banned on WallStreetBets and on this Discord.
What do
Are
they
you
do?
lying? I want to see a screenshot right now. He left.
Simple. Stop scaring people.
He left.
What's up, slut? I know you tried to talk like 10 times this morning. What are you doing, man?
Oh, nothing. Just making snide remarks. Like, what the fuck does Box do? You know. And then I thought I was gonna say something like, "Oh, my headphones, I can't hear you, I can't hear you." But he just left the conversation. So same thing.
So what do they do? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
See-
Upstart joke. See. You know how it feels.
Slut Spoiler was trying to talk, but Luce wouldn't let him because he saw the word slut and thought it was a woman, and he was like, "I have to oppress them. It's my job."
Sure.
It's very rude.
It's my fiduciary responsibility. Take my job seriously as cucked mod.
Yeah, I don't think you're mean to women. I think the women come flocking to you. I think this is just hater talk.
They're
Where are we
actually
ending with
paid.
it?
Yeah, they're actually paid actors. They're actually men using voice modulators, and I pay them to come on and talk to me.
Where are we ending with GME today? I'm curious.
0.
$2 million a share.
Back to $16.
What's your prediction? Simple.
We're going to the moon.
Where's Bumbla? I wanted to hear his professional backholding opinion, but he left. Goddamn. I think today is still going to be strong, and then it's going to be a slow decline, just like always. It is what it is.
Simple. I wouldn't be shocked if after JPOW speaks, it has a significant downward move.
JPOW is going to reveal his puts on GME.
Listen, the only plus maybe of being a mod is you can see the trends and I can see the stats. Since yesterday, Reddit has fucking exploded. The inside is insane. The number of mall mails that we receive is insane. The hype is real. So I think today is gonna be still strong. I really do. Like I haven't seen this shit since BBBY first like started to bounce.
Well, I think people know that if you've read the DD and stuff, you know that banks have to come down and collapse, and long positions have to collapse before GameStop moons, and that's what's happening. So a lot of people have been waiting on the sidelines, and now they're getting rehyped. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. So strap in, buckle up.
Nvidia is blowing my mind.
Nvidia went $5 already.
Nvidia's, I mean, look at the past, what is it, like 2.5 months? It's insane. It's almost up 100%.
Love it.
But it's good if you're holding. I've been selling strangles, and I'm like babysitting them. Doing all right. I'm like net positive, but my strike is 270. I'm like, yeah.
I only have shares. I'm just like onto the ride.
Selena moment. Good reference.
So what is boosting, Luke?
Oh man, it wasn't a good story. I admit failure.
Because for me, boosting is stealing, right?
Oh, well, it was like if you played Call of Duty and you remember people would cheat, and shoot each other, go in the same server, shoot each other to level each other up. That's what we called it boosting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or how apes boost each other's confidence. That's what boosting is.
Yeah, it's like the same guys. Yeah.
Bro, you don't need the money for the rent. Just buy more shares, bro. I
It's
got you, bro. Nobody's selling, bro.
it's a long-term value play, bro.
Little bro, it's fine. Like we all in this together.
Undervalued,
Guy
bro.
that sold his gains on GameStop so that he could buy more Bed Bath and Beyond.
NFTs are the future, bro.
You guys are smart. You should have went into Coinbase. It's like $11 this week.
What time is Daddy Powell speaking, bro?
4
Always
p.m.
2 o'clock Eastern.
and then he comes out
It's always
2:30.
always 2 p.m.
No, he speaks at 2:30. The interest rate comes out at 2, and the
Correct.
mid, not the mid, yeah, and then 2:30 he comes out and dumps the market.
Listen,
Yeah,
he speaks to me through the rates at 2.
Even European Commission, like they raised interest rates by 0.5 yesterday, which is really surprising that
How
they
much?
didn't do 0.5.
Wow.
Are you looking at OLLI, Ollie's Bargain Outlet Holdings, up almost 10%. They had an earnings announcement this morning. They're at mid-range on their 52-week, really solid earnings. But the one thing that's that out to me is they carry any debt at all, very strong financially against any moves in interest rate holdings.
People buying from that shithole of a store. I literally walked in there and just like everything's all over the fucking place. Like no organization. I can't find shit.
That's why it works, man. They save money on all the upkeep and stuff. They just throw shit in there and sell it.
I get it, but every time I go in there, the only thing I come out with is just like a fucking soda.
Times as a discount grocer, they're going to have. I believe that's why they're having such strong earnings. But again, looking at their debt to equity, they're carrying extremely good cash positions. So if you look at, they're up 43% in 1 year, but they are down 2% in a month, down 10% in 6 months. So this has got tremendous upside, and they're not going to be affected at all with interest rates as a business pressure, but they're definitely going to get more volume with inflation.
Avido, since everybody is fucking with me and my accent, I have to say something about the way you speak. You sound like somebody's choking you nonstop and you have trouble saying the words. Is that true? Is somebody choking you?
That's a beautiful story.
Simple. Wait, there's so much hate within you today. Why? Is it because you're losing money on your GME puts?
Simple. I figured it out. He's got a belt around his neck, and when he starts losing money, he just tightens.
Dude, like Avid, like really speaks like somebody's choking the shit out of him.
I want to be choked.
He's busy, man. I don't know.
Remember, Simple's driving in Croatia right now, so he's probably crashed into about 15 cars already. It's a rough morning. Be nice.
Hey, 15's close, man. Simple. How many car accidents have you been in? Have you caused?
Not enough.
It's the Croatian way.
I want to invite, like, can somebody invite Stel? Stel really likes me. He's in the chat nonstop. He keeps shit talking me. I want to hear what the man has to say. Can you bring
more shit talkers?
Can you bring him up?
One of the requests was to clear the stage of anyone that doesn't have plays. And opinion, since you rarely give plays. No, I'm sorry.
Opinion trades, it's just he's Canadian, so it's all tickers that, we can't access outside of Canada, and nobody trades in Canada.
Could use a little stage clearing, so I'm just going to move a few people.
I have a small play. I don't have a lot of background on it. I have personal experience with it. So there's this company called Stryker. It's called Stryker Medical. They have been ordering a shit ton of pallets at my company that I work for, and they're just busy as hell. We can't keep up with them, and it's just insane. And if you look at their, it looks like they're like gonna grow more and everything. So that's something to look at into. I don't know everything about it. It's not a good. I don't have a lot of TD. You know.
That's fair. You see it on the field.
So
That's fine.
I got another recession style play, or at least not even recession, more of like when the market typically goes down, I see the defense stocks going up. And right now, Northrop Grumman, ticker NOC, keeps bouncing off of a bottom right there. Similar setup to kind of like what was happening. And I think it will. I think it's going to reverse direction, honestly. I'm still researching. I have not. I don't have numbers on this yet. I'm just letting you know this is what's on my radar.
So I've been buying into it and been talking about it on these talks. So they have the highest profit margin of all the U.S. defense companies. They have the most contracts both with the U.S. and the international. So I see all of that growing. I'm also in RTX as well and General Dynamics, but the General Dynamics is a long-term holding. So, but I like NOC and I like RTX, missiles and space on RTX.
I mean, how are you going to get to the moon if you don't have rockets, right?
I don't think they're going to do moon stuff. That's not really what they do.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Well, yeah, that's why I had to come back at you. It wasn't funny. No. I'm gonna blow you out of the sky. There you go. There's my play.
Dude, I'm a dad. I don't have funny jokes. I just have dad jokes.
Man, a lot of people in this chat sure can't recognize humor. What's that called when you have a hard time recognizing humor and nuance in speech?
I mean, if you guys are laughing, but you have your mics muted, it's kind of hard to tell. It's just awkward, you know. And it sounds like it wasn't
Speaking
funny
of
at all.
daddy issues and blowing up, our favorite car company has announced some debt restructuring. So calls on Carvana.
Ghetto
Oh, I thought you meant
Towers.
Tesla.
Oh no. We don't like that. We don't like that. We love Carvana.
Oh yeah, they're up 15%. Nice.
So Zombie's muted. I want to know, is he rolling around in his gajillions or what? I want the update after everything last night.
Oh, yeah, he muted himself. That's it.
He's taking a celebratory "I'm rich now" lap. He'll be back.
See, I'm laughing.
Post gains.
You can't say you're up 5 million% and not post game porn, man. Come on, man.
People were asking last night. Go ahead, Scald. You probably have a play.
Just a few things. First, QTNT, avoiding that one. It's up 70%. This pumped last time. GME popped off, so I'm just avoiding it because it's probably just garbage of some type that I don't understand. It is, however, on one of the high ones. Check out SoFi. It's moving up nicely. That comes from Mass Gamer. Pretty based play right there. I like it. Lastly, I got a message from my dad who said he exited Welltower. He first bought this in the year 2000, and it's a 4-bagger for him. So Welltower, good job. They do retirement homes. That's it. Anyway,
I guess that went well for him.
Yeah, here's a little tip for you guys that are trading the stocks that are moving up in sympathy with GameStop. Pick a stock that you want to stay bullish on, or like two. Like if you say you're trading GameStop and SoFi, right? You bought calls on both. Cash out one of those. And like if it were me, I would probably cash out SoFi. When you think about it, it's like if a stock is trading in sympathy with another stock, it implies that nothing fundamental changed with that company, right? So like stick with the winner in this case, and I'm speaking relatively. But like cash out the other ones, because if they both go back down, then you lose everything. So I'm not saying cash out GME. I'm saying if you're trading something that's trading in sympathy with something else, you might want to cash out some gains.
Well put. Well said.
You're treading the flood.
Yeah. Also, Kenny told me to say that.
Yes, Peppa Power, risk management. I think a lot more people need to learn a little bit more risk management.
Yeah, it's good risk management to take gains.
Yeah, manage that monster of greed, man. It's the hardest thing to do in this game.
UK CPI came in at 4 versus 9.9 expected.
You're not from the streets, Java. Say a game. Anyhow.
Yo, the mean streets of Orlando, bro.
Can we change the name SoFi to Sophie, like the dude called it this morning?
Sophie. Oh.
Yeah, it's more, you feel more attached if it's a girl name. If you're not gay, not that anything is wrong with
It's
that.
not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing if you're gay.
The gentleman, what's up, buddy? I was gonna say, I think the gentleman has some news.
Oh no, I'm just trying to keep myself sane.
Somebody
People
copied
on
your
the chat.
picture.
We'll say that XLY. Did you see that update? Shout out to Affectionate. She said that they're moving, I think it's Dollar General and Dollar Tree and one other company from discretionary to staples. And then it made us talk about the fact that they can move around these companies within the different sectors. So I was looking at calls on XLP, now that those big brands are moved over into the staple category. I think it's kind of a sign of like recession to come and how valuable those companies are in terms of people's purchasing power.
SoFi's still moving, man.
Any news, catalysts, or anything, or just fucking moving?
Just moving.
Oh, it's up like 5.5%. I thought it was squeezing hard.
No, no, nothing crazy. I like your play, gentlemen. It's a good one.
Thank you.
Oh, whoops. I was trying to type in a ticker and I typed it in the chat. I was trying to look at AMC. See it. Came down. Bag holder reporting in. I was trying to see if AMC was up maybe closer to 6 so I could sell some call spreads on it, but no, it's just right back down. 2% now. Anyone play Nike's earnings? Actually, that I should know better. If the stock price didn't move, then nobody's going to say they played it. I sold.
I knew someone was getting calls, but I don't see him on the call or the talk. So
I sold Strangles, and then I closed those out for like 70% profit at the open. That's pretty nice. They were monthly Strangles, so that's pretty damn good. Me holding around 2360, 2380. Silent. You guys making money?
Is Shake Shack publicly traded?
Shack.
Always making money.
SHAK.
What? That's crazy.
You're actually on my watch list in case we get a stock market crater. It's a pretty good fast food place. It's got a good business management.
They also just said that they're opening 35 restaurants in Canada. doing an expansion into Canada in 2035, is what the chat just said.
By 2035. Oh, I mean, I guess that's nice. Like 35 restaurants in 12 years.
Yeah, the only
Hey.
thing that actually like worries me because that BurgerFi ended up expanding too fast.
Shake Shack is good. I like it. Go there a lot, but
Yes, zombie, it's a trap.
Shack. Yeah, those options are expensive as hell. What is Wingstop doing? The most overvalued restaurant ever.
Oh, business, you should at least go once. It is good.
Wingstop. Damn. I don't get Wingstop's valuation. I also don't get Nvidia's valuation, but I think Wingstop makes even less sense to me.
Y'all been to Wingstop recently? Have you been there, Luce?
FRC going to 11. You heard it here, folks.
Negative. Publix wings for the win.
Publix wings?
Dude, Publix chicken wings are the absolute bomb.
They are. I mean, they're chicken tenders too, right?
Yeah, their chicken tenders are good, but their wings are ridiculous. Their wings and their subs.
Java, you been to a Wingstop recently?
No, not recently, man. Sorry.
I've been there. It's like fucking $20.
Stocks really moving, and I just realized the markets are flat.
Do you see a lot of repositioning in ETFs right now? Because I saw a bunch of paperwork get filed like maybe February 23rd that they were going to re-weight. And then I saw news last night, I think, about XLY and a bunch of stuff moved around. Is that usually done around this time of year, Luce?
I think most of it is done like around quarter end, but a lot of funds will do it after. A lot of funds will spread it out. So that's probably why you saw, for example, the past 3 months, tech, communications, and consumer discretionary are outperforming all the other sectors by double digits, like 12, 20% in some cases. So that definitely has a lot to do with the sector rotation. Frankly, institutions, the pension funds, those are like all the whales of the markets, right? Otherwise, you just have, traders, big trading institutions like, Citadel, for example. But those pension funds, big institutions, big wealth management, those are the guys that really move markets, over time. And they tend to not have big short positions. So, like they're not going to short GameStop with your pension fund, So whatever you see, yeah, and I mentioned that because a lot of people said it was just short squeezes that were causing those sectors, those stocks moving up. But that was a lot of sector rebalancing. So it's kind of been happening over the past few months. So it kind of happened. I would say they base it off of like quarterly movements, yearly movements, but it doesn't mean they always do it around like quarter end or right after quarter end. So the trend, I guess I should say, I should clarify, the trend is what you should look for, like, perhaps multiple months. And right now the trend is showing that there was big rebalancing into tech, consumer discretionary, and communications.
I noticed another thing that they did is reclassify some of these tech. I think Affectionate pointed this out as well. Yeah, the tech
Hey,
that got
did-
moved to finance was like
Did gentlemen, can I interrupt for just a moment? SoFi just crossed over $6. So if you were in that play from Hardy's playlist earlier, you could have just made quite a lot of money. very, very quickly within a single day turnaround on that call.
And what was the
So
play?
anyway, that's it. He had SoFi calls $6 and it just rocketed up and went over. It went to like 601, 602.
For
Now,
April?
now it dropped back down. And I was like, man, if you had bought those calls, you'd be able to sell them literally today if you bought them this morning. So anyway, that was it. Like, sorry to gentlemen to interrupt.
That's all good.
Yeah, they're up from the morning. Yeah, I guess if you bought options in the morning, you made like, is that like 20%? 30? That's not bad.
Yeah, not terrible.
Keeper of the fence. How's it going?
Yeah, SoFi is offering $2 million worth of FDIC insurance per account instead of the 250,000. So they're jumping on that news.
Any of you guys use SoFi? Does anyone here use SoFi? Just curious.
No, fuck them.
Wait, nobody uses SoFi?
No, I don't use them. But you know,
Negative.
Ask uses SoFi. I'm just like
No.
I tried them when they first came out, and they were like, "Oh, get free stock trades or whatever." And I was like, "That's cool," but this was a while back, so I'm sure it must have improved by now. But it was like a really shitty platform back then, and it was like consolidate your debt and everything. And I was like, "Why?" And I just didn't see the point.
What's
That
their
was
selling
like a year
point?
and a half ago. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
What's their selling point? Like, why would I pick SoFi over someone else?
The selling point is that they have low
Interest.
management overhead, so they pass on the savings, and then they also offer higher yield than a traditional bank would. So
Yield on
yield
savings?
on savings and checking, yeah.
What's the yield?
It's a yield.
How do they afford?
I think that they're going to be offering even more attractive rates to encourage people to stay with them.
How do they afford like football stadiums and stuff?
Having a hard time hearing you. Your mic is a little garbled.
Sorry, I only have one side on. I was saying, how do they afford like football stadiums and stuff?
I mean, how does anybody afford some shit? They raise a bunch of money, spend a bunch of money, and then when there's tightening, they're like, fuck, we shouldn't have spent that money.
FTX, buddy, FTX Arena.
Wait, they're not. I just checked. SoFi isn't profitable. How are they affording
It's
that?
almost like they shouldn't have spent a bunch of money.
I mean, year over year, it's a net loss. Positive cash flow. Just got money from debt and share issuance. I'm honestly curious. Like, what's the was it supposed to be like a sexy fintech growth play?
I think it was honestly like a collateral whore, and it got a bunch of deposits during COVID. And it was like, you can get online banking very easily without having to go into a bank and fill out a bunch of paperwork. Just, sign up online type shit.
So you could do that anyways these days, can't you?
Now, but I think the banks realized that SoFi was where things were going to
On
go,
something.
and so now SoFi is like,
Yeah, I was with Synchrony before that. I mean, they were not the first. I was with Synchrony before, and I forget the other one. I was Ally even before that. So, and they were a SPAC. So again, the whole made up
It's just
5 to 10 year whatever.
I mean, that model has been used. I mean, Russell, what was the guy's name that did Fat Farm? Russell Simmons did that too. He was like shilling debit cards on late night television. Like, they all understand, like, people need banking that don't have access to traditional banking because traditional banks want, 1,000 to set up the account, a direct deposit, etc. And these banks knew that everyone was getting stimmy money and basically said, just give us some money and we'll give you 2% on checking and savings, which was awesome during, 0% rates for 2 years. Overall, I think that if we hit a recession, Ally and SoFi are not going to make it.
I gotta go meet my who is it? Gay boyfriend. So I gotta go. Fun guys. Oh, one thing I wanted to say real quick. Back West, in case anyone's trading that or was looking to trade that, they are teaching their plans to raise capital to try to put themselves up for sale. I believe they got $1.4 billion credit facility from Atlas. So I get that it sounds like they're saying they're good to go. At first, they dropped like pretty big. They dropped a lot on that news, but I think they're trying to tell investors that they're good to go. And I assume that the reason why they were still down is because it's PACW is the ticker, Pac West. I assume the reason they were down is because right now, I think the markets want banks to say, we're going to get all the liquidity we can because that's, like because we can, because it's being offered. So any bank that says, we don't need more than this, the sentiment might be a little negative, even though it's probably a good thing. So it sounds like Pac West just said they're good to go. But that's just me surmising from the headline and from what I already know. But yeah, maybe there's some more there. Do I think Powell same thing? Oh no, there's no way. Not dude. Powell is Trump, man. Remember Trump during the COVID crash? It's like, oh, let's talk about Walmart. Let's talk about GM. Yeah, like
Even
thousands.
he lined them up. He was like, "And this is so and so," and then
you
showed
got
their face.
Yeah, you got COVID spreading across the globe. Like hundreds of thousands of people getting affected. This guy's talking about Walmart CEO. That was like the markets are fucking on fire. They're up like 10-12%. My hands are like to the side of my head. Like, what the fuck is going on? That was March 18th. I'll never fucking forget. 2020. Fucking amazing. Anyways, I gotta go. Have fun, guys.
I love you.
I'm gonna switch over to the other chat that we're seeing.
All right, guys, I am heading out as I have to do the dreaded I-4 from Orlando to Tampa trip, and yeah. May the attendees be with you today.
if you like looking at grass. Gentlemen, check out EOG. Tell me what you think. Echo Oscar Golf.
What industry?
Looks like crude oil and gas exploration.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you saw any upside to it. Apparently, it has good dividends too.
65 billion market cap. Dividend yield's pretty nice. Oh, it looks like they just increased their dividends about 80 cents. Week ago news though.
Hydrocarbon. Nothing about hydrocarbon.
What about hydro?
It's what powers your Teslas.
On that ticker EOG Resources, EOG, like that company in that sector, but the valuation, I believe, is a little bit high at 107. I have a position in that sector with Williams Brothers, although the financials are not as strong. Ticker symbol WMB, the Williams companies, really holding more debt than EOG, but I like it from I like Williams WMB valuation standpoint much better.
Yeah, I'll be taking a closer look at all these guys tonight. I'm guessing the 107 is because of the week-old announcement on the dividend.
Williams has a 6% dividend, 6.14% dividend, and but it's carrying a tremendous more amount of debt to equity, which clearly is going to be a cost in inflationary times, as opposed to EOG. So EOG is a much stronger company from its financial standpoint, but again, at the 107, as opposed to $29 for WMB, I could just take a stronger position in Williams on a medium to long-term hold. Again, I like the sector, and I think EOG is a much stronger company, but I believe just a tad bit overvalued for the dividend.
GameStop gonna lose all its fucking games or what?
Mine are locked in, so they can lose their gains if they need to.
I mean, it's still
I'm sorry,
holding
I
on
didn't
pretty
catch
strong.
that. What did you say?
I took profit, so I'm good.
Right on. Profit's not a dirty word. I got a potential play. I mentioned this last week. Real estate REITs in the ag sector. Um, again, with all of the qualification about that and headwinds on interest rates. Looking at land, Gladstone Land Corporation is just beat up, and let me pull up the. And the other one I am looking at, as I lose it here, hang on one second, fellas, please. I've got a watch list of agricultural REITs, and I've got kind of an oddball in there in Outfront Media. But looking at Four Corners Property, did an acquired a urgent care in Indiana, a well now urgent care. So there's a agricultural REIT called Four Corners Property, is FCPT. That's Foxtrot Charlie Papa Tango. And it has acquired back in March, it acquired a Well Now Urgent Care in Indiana. So I really like that branch for a revenue stream. And are beat up as well. Solid dividend, both solid dividend. Again, medium to long term play on the agricultural real estate. Farmland Partners, FPI, Foxtrot Papa in India, Farmland Partners, and that's Gladstone, but the ticker is LAND, and Four Corners Property Trust, FCPT. In all three of those, and medium long term on the agricultural real estate.
So elaborating on a play that Leap and Leopard mentioned earlier, this CS IQ Canadian Solar, looking at its PE ratio compared to the industry, bounce that idea off Hardy. I'm thinking pairs trade. He's thinking pairs trade. So looking at TAN, which is a ETF that is bullish on the entire solar industry, buying puts on that, calls on CSIQ. So that way it's a long short pairs trade, long CISQ, short on or bearish rather on the rest of the solar industry, with the recognition being that they have a much more competitive PE ratio moving forward.
That was TAN, correct?
Tango Alpha November.
Yeah, TAN, and either that or another ETF that tracks solar. It need not be that one, right? It could be another one. If you have a different favorite ETF that tracks solar.
Thank you.
So when I was 45, now I'm 35, but I do have a lot of gray in my hair.
You started trading in 2009, so you might actually be physically 45.
GME running.
Maybe, man. I used to be able to run a mile in 6 minutes and 53 seconds right before I got COVID. I was able to run the second mile just over 7 minutes. Then I got COVID, and man, my mile time went down dramatically, or up dramatically, rather. That's a good point, gentlemen. Drive times did also decrease with COVID. Yeah, maybe I need to do one of those thankfulness journals where I wake up every morning like a meta project manager and write down what I'm thankful for. Maybe that would help. I don't know.
GME back on the uptrend. SPY having a little pop. Market's fucked. Gentlemen, do you think basis point hike will be that high? I think yesterday 25 was the expected at 85% confidence voters. I wonder what it is today.
I'd like to thank whoever is out there buying Silvergate puts without using the limit function, because you just bought it at 5 cents and it's only worth a penny.
It's always great when that happens.
I'm like looking at the chart. I'm like, it hasn't budged off of 1 penny, and someone
That's
just bought it for 5 cents.
yeah, someone just jumped on their Robinhood and was like, it only trades in 5-cent increments or whatever, and then was like, bought it. Your win, man. Your win. All right, well, I'm out, y'all. I'm gonna go buy this new iPhone, and I'll see you all later.
You mean the same iPhone, but with different layouts?
No, I'm currently on a Samsung S20, which is or 21, Samsung S21.
Oh, you
and
joined the dark side.
yeah, I'm going from there to the iPhones.
You finally
'cause, you know-
realized the text messages and group chats, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. I can't
That's
be.
the turning point.
Yeah.
I swear, everyone I talk to that switches after I bullied so many to switch because of it. It's
Yeah,
all the damn group chats. They're making it even harder now. Like you can't even send gifs and shit.
Yeah. So now I gotta just gotta buy this iPhone so that way I don't have multicolored text messages. Anyway, I'll see you all later.
Good luck. Peace.
Between GME and Silvergate, I'm up 7% today.
What side of Silvergate are you on?
I had $1 puts. But some we just bought them for 5 cents a piece, so things are looking up. They expire on Friday. I literally have one left. Wait, Bitcoin is whirling. All